Hey everyone, and welcome to my video review where I'm going to be comparing two types of glazes for polymer clay. So the first is this Fimo gloss varnish and the second is this Americana Triple. Okay, so I'll start with the Fimo gloss varnish. So this is what it looks like. It comes in a small glass container and is available in two different sizes. This one here is the 35ml pot. And it's also available in a smaller pot here, which is the 10ml. Okay, so first impressions about this product. Yeah, I thought it looked quite good, and if I show you the inside. It's actually this murky kind of watery liquid, so I wasn't expecting that. I thought it would be a lot thicker than it is, but it's actually probably water thin really. Okay, and the same with the smaller pot. I think the packaging overall is really good with a screw on lid, so it stops it from drying out or leaking everywhere, which is useful. The smaller pot here actually comes with a small brush, just like in nail varnish pots, and it's easier to get the gloss in and out, whereas this one you have to use a paintbrush for it. One thing I have noticed that is a problem is when you're actually putting this onto your charms with a paintbrush, you need to immediately wash the brush, because if not it starts to harden very quickly and you won't be able to get it off your brush. If it sets, it's just pretty much impossible and it'll ruin your paintbrushes. It also stains them yellow for some reason. Also, when you're glazing your charms, and if you wipe your brush on the side, you start to get this kind of, I don't know if you can see in there, this thick, like dried up goo stuff, which sometimes gets all around the edges of the pot and makes it hard to open, which is really annoying. So yeah, there's a massive bit in there, right there. Also, another thing is, when you're putting this onto your charms, I've heard people say they find it harder to control the liquid than with triple thick, which is obviously thicker and quite gooey, but personally I think it's a lot easier to use and you can get even amounts on your brush to put onto your charms. So personally I think this is quite good. One thing that's really annoying about this is the price. I paid £4.50 for this smaller pot, which I did think it would be bigger, but this was my first glaze that I got and it didn't last long at all. There's not much in there to work with, and sometimes when you're glazing your charms and you need a second coat or whatever, it uses it up very quickly. And I think for this one I paid £6, which I thought this was okay because it was a bigger pot, so obviously better value. So yeah, it's that. Personally I think they're a little bit overpriced maybe for what they are, and the amount you're getting it is quite costly really. And also I found that when you glaze your charms with this, if you don't spread out the whole of the glaze around the charm properly, it starts to dry, and when it dries in gaps or something you've got in your clay, if you've got like gaps or dents, it just turns white for some reason and you can't get it off. So I found I've binned a lot of charms because of that. Also, it is very, very like watery, so if you put it on your charms and then touch it, it'll stick to your finger and pull the glaze off, and it's pretty much unfixable. It kind of ruins everything. Okay, so I'll start with the second review now, which is the Americana Triple Thick. This was the first time I've actually got this, and the first time I've seen it in Hobbycraft, I think it was where I got it. So overall I thought the packaging looked really good. It's in this plastic squishy bottle, which is useful. Again, it's got a screw on lid or a cap that you can flip up like that. So you could just squirt a bit out onto your brush, or simply take the lid off and dip your brush in. If I show you the inside, if I can get in it. When compared to the Fimo Glaze, I don't know if you can see that it is a lot thicker. I mean, it is really thick, this stuff. I actually found that when I was glazing, I couldn't get an even amount onto my charm, which was really annoying, so I actually had to water it down. I added a little bit of water into the cap with the glaze, which I found helped me to control how much went onto the clay. So I thought that was good. You could either use it as it is, or you could water it down. Again, you have to use a paintbrush for this, and again, if you don't clean your brush, very quickly after you've used it, it starts to dry and you won't get it off. I found this takes not that long to dry, really. It says, I don't know if it says on the back, it doesn't actually say how long this takes to dry, but it's about 10 to 20 minutes with a small charm. That's what I found. I also like that you don't have to add another coat to this afterwards. It's thick enough to like properly seal your charms and glaze them in just one coat. I don't know if it says a drying time on the Fimo. It thoroughly dry after 20 minutes and completely dry after 24 hours. Okay, but I found this doesn't take that long either. Probably 20 to 30 minutes for this one, and just a bit shorter for this. Yeah, so overall I really like this. One thing that I really liked about it was the amount that you get for your money. So in here is 59ml, and in here is 35ml. And I only paid £2.29 for this at Hobbycraft. So I was really pleased, because obviously you're getting more for your money and it's better value. So yeah, personally I prefer to use the Fimo because I think it's easier to control than this, and I always have to water it down, which is sometimes good and sometimes bad. It also depends on what kind of look you're going on for your charms. So if you want to make your charms super shiny, you should use Triple Thick, because it is just so glossy and such a high finish. Whereas this one takes a few coats to make it just as glossy as the Triple Thick does in one coat. So yeah, overall I think the Triple Thick is better for money and better for the charms that you want to make a lot shinier. And personally I think this one is better for the smaller charms that don't necessarily need a lot of glaze, just a small amount. Oh, and I haven't had any problems with Triple Thick drying or clumpy in one area like this one does dry as white. This seems to be perfectly fine, which is good, and it's cheaper. So yeah, I hope you liked my review, and I hope it helped you to decide if you were getting one of these glazes. So yeah, thanks for watching my video. Please comment, rate and subscribe. Bye.